Liza, library advisor at Columbia Falls, and you're at home with Imagine If. So today I want to do a longer read with you. We're going to read, this is the first book in a short chapter book series called Dragon Masters. It's called The Rise of the Earth Dragon, and it's by Tracey West. This is a great series, beloved by first through third graders, good beginning chapter book series, but it's also a really good read aloud for the younger set. So we're going to read it. I'm going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read it in 3 chunks. So if you get to the end of this one, you're still enjoying it, look down below, there'll be another segment ready to go. All right, sit back, relax, enjoy. I'm going to get comfy. All right, you ready? Here we go. Chapter 1, To the Castle. Look at that. That's where our main character, our protagonist, lives. Drake didn't see the king's soldiers coming. He was busy digging in the onion patch. He pulled out a fat, white onion, and a worm crawled on it. Drake didn't mind the worm. He was the son of a farmer. His family had been growing onions in the kingdom of Bracken forever. He would spend his life digging up onions, whether he wanted to or not. Drake picked up the worm. "Hello, little guy," he said. Then he put the worm back in the dirt. "Are you Drake?" a loud voice asked behind him. Drake jumped and turned around. One of the king's soldiers rode up on a black horse. He had a yellow beard, and his shirt had a gold dragon sewn onto it, the symbol of King Roland the Bold. "Yes, I'm Drake," Drake said, his voice shaking. Soldiers never came to the field, not unless a farmer was in trouble. The soldier rode up to Drake. He reached down and pulled him up onto his horse. "Hey, what are you doing?" Drake yelled. The soldier didn't answer. Drake's mother ran out of their hut. "Wait, where are you taking my boy?" she yelled. "To King Roland," the soldier said. Drake's heart jumped a little. He'd always wanted to meet the king. "But he's only 8, his mother yelled. She marched up to the horse. "He's only 8, look, how old are you? Imagine being taken away to meet the king when you're that young." "The king has chosen him," the soldier said. "Chosen me for what?" Drake wondered. He knew better than to ask the soldier questions. Peasants like Drake weren't allowed to speak unless spoken to. "The king will take good care of him," the soldier said. Then he spurred on the horse and sped off. "Drake, do as the king says," his mother called out. Drake had never been on a horse before. He held on tight. Drake's heart pumped fast as they raced through the village. They raced over the stone bridge. Finally, they stopped in front of King Roland's castle. So here's a map. I love maps in books. You get to see what everything looks like. So here's the little house, and they're gonna go like this. And where are they gonna wind up, do you think? Can you see the castle? So, first time on a horse. Have you ever been on a horse? Maybe you have. Maybe you wouldn't be so scared as Drake. The soldier helped Drake climb down from the horse. He opened the castle door and gave Drake a shove. They passed paintings and statues and people in fancy clothes. The soldiers stomped behind Drake as they walked through the halls. Drake wanted to look at everything, but the soldier gave him a push whenever he slowed down. Then they came to some stairs, and they walked down, down, down. The soldier stopped at a door. "Where are we going?" Drake finally asked. You're not going anywhere," the soldier said. "Good luck." Then he ran back up the stairs. "Hey, what do you mean?" Drake yelled. But he was all alone. Drake looked at the big stone door. There's that big stone door. He felt afraid, but more than that, he was curious. What about you? Somebody takes you to a big door in a dungeon. Are you going to open it? He pushed it open and saw... Look at that. The face of a giant red dragon. Drake blinked. He didn't believe his eyes. Then, whoosh, the dragon shot a huge fireball from his mouth. Chapter 2, The Dragon Stone. There's our dragon again. Drake dove out of Drake drove away from the door. The fireball just missed him. "Vulcan, stand down," he heard someone yell. Drake stood up. A red-haired girl was standing in the doorway. I think that's her right there. "No more fireballs," she yelled at the dragon. He had shiny red scales and a long, thick tail. 2 big wings grew out of his back. Dragons aren't real, thought Drake, but Drake could see the dragon. And he'd felt the heat from the fireball. A tall man walked past the girl. He had a long white beard. He wore a pointy hat and a dark green robe. "Welcome, Drake," the man said. "I am Griffith, the king's wizard." Did he say wizard? Drake had so many questions. "Is that a dragon?" he asked. "He's not just a dragon," said the girl. "He's my dragon. Vulcan is the best dragon in the kingdom." "Drake, meet Rory," Griffith said. "Rory, please take Vulcan away. Tell the others I will be there shortly." "Others?" Drake thought. The girl sighed. "Fine, let's go, Vulcan." She led the dragon away. Then the wizard led Drake down a dark hall. "Why am I here, sir?" Drake asked. Griffith didn't answer. He stopped in front of a door. Griffith pointed at its big brass lock. See that? There we go. Sparks flew from his finger. Tss. The lock opened. Drake's eyes grew wide. Wizard magic, he thought. He followed Griffith into a room piled high with strange things. He saw bottles filled with colourful waters and powders, and Griffith picked up a big wooden box. The box was carved with pictures of dragons. "This is why you are here," he said, opening the box. There we go. There's the box. What's in the box? Dragons? No, little dragons. Drake peered inside. A green stone as big as his head glittered in the light. "This dragon stone told me you have the heart of a dragon," said the wizard. He tapped Drake's chest. "It did?" Drake asked. His eyes got big. "Yes, and those with the heart of a dragon become dragon masters for King Roland," Griffith said. Drake had heard stories about the magical dragonstone, but he'd never believed they were real. Now all his questions came spilling out. "How does the stone know I have the heart of a dragon? And how did you find me? And what's a dragon master? And why does King Roland want dragon masters?" "The stone is old and mysterious," Griffith said. "Even I do not fully understand its magic. A dragon master is able to connect with dragons. As for the king, he is very fond of dragons, but he cannot control them." "So Vulcan isn't the only dragon?" Drake asked. The wizard grinned. "No, he is not." He handed Drake a green stone on a gold chain. "This is a piece of the dragonstone," he said. "It will help you connect with your dragon." My dragon. Drake's heart jumped. My dragon? I get a dragon? He thought. He slipped the stone into his pocket. "Be careful, Drake," the wizard warned. "Dragons are dangerous. And even the dragonstone can't protect you from their powers." "What powers?" Drake asked. The wizard led him away without another word. "What powers? Do they all have the same powers? Different powers?" Check this out. This is chapter 3, and I think we're about to meet some more characters. Who are these? Chapter 3 is called More Dragons. Drake's mind was spinning as he left the wizard's workshop. He followed Griffith to a big underground room. There were no windows. Torches hung on the walls, so that light, kind of like flames. Drake saw Rory and Vulcan. He also saw 2 more kids and 2 more dragons. Look at this. I'm going to show you the pictures first. So there's one, and there's the other one. "Drake, this is Bo," Griffith said, pointing to a boy with black hair, "and his dragon, Shu." Bo was petting his dragon's tail. This dragon had shiny blue scales, but no wings. "Hi," said Drake. "Nice to meet you, Drake," the boy said politely. Griffith led Drake over to a girl with long black hair. Her dragon had white scales. I think that's it. A yellow band of scales circled the dragon's neck. The tips of its wings were yellow too. "This is Anna, and her dragon, Capri," Griffith said. I didn't do that in a Griffith voice, did I? Hang on. "This is Anna, and her dragon, Capri," Griffith said. Drake nodded. "Hi," he said. "We could use somebody new around here," Anna said with a grin. "You have met the other dragon masters and their dragons. It is time for you to meet your dragon," Griffith said. Drake's heart pounded. "My family will never believe this," he thought. "Just this morning I was digging onions. Now I've ridden a horse. I've met a wizard. I've seen the Dragonstone, and I'm going to have my very own dragon." He and the other dragon masters followed Griffith down another dark hallway. "The dragons sleep in caves when they're not training," Bo explained as they walked. "Vulcan's cave is the biggest," bragged Rory. Griffith stopped in front of a small cave. Wood bars covered the cave. "Drake, meet your dragon," the wizard said. So here's the cave, and if you can look up here on our chapter 4 page, that, I think, is Drake's dragon. Sleeping. Chapter 4 is called Worm. Drake peered inside the dark cave. A dragon sat inside. "Well, this creature looks kind of like a dragon," Drake thought. The dragon had brown scales that weren't shiny. He had 2 tiny wings. He had big green eyes and little ears. And he didn't have legs. He looked like a big snake. The only dragon-like thing about him seemed to be his long snout. Drake stepped up to the wood bars. "Hi, dragon. I'm Drake." The dragon didn't move. "Put on the stone," Griffith said. Drake slipped the green stone around his neck. He felt a tingly feeling all over his body. Right away, the dragon lifted his head. He stared at Drake with his big green eyes. Drake felt a strange chill. Griffith stepped forward. "You must name your dragon," he said. Rory piped up. "Good luck naming him. He looks boring." "How about Noodlehead?" Anna asked with a giggle. Bo shook his head. "No, this dragon needs a good name." "I agree. We're not going to mock dragons, gosh." Drake looked carefully at the dragon. He looked at his big brown body. Do we get to see? Did I show you that one? "Worm," he said. "His name is Worm." "That is a good name for an earth dragon," said Griffith, opening the gate. "Now, Drake, ask Worm to follow you." "Okay," Drake said. "Worm, please follow me." Worm crawled forward. "Good work," said the wizard. "Keep it up, Drake." "Come on," Drake said, starting to walk down the hallway. Worm crawled after him. "He really is like a big, ugly worm," Rory said. "Rory, be nice," said Anna. Good for her. Drake didn't say anything. Worm was like a big worm. "Where are we going?" he asked. "To the training room," Griffith replied. "Yeah," said Rory. "We'll see what you and your dragon are made of." She's a little bit mean, huh? Not sure I like Rory all that much. We'll have to see. Drake felt nervous. He touched his dragonstone. How am I supposed to train a dragon? He thought. What if I fail? What if I'm not a dragon master after all? Chapter 5. We're going to stop after this chapter. So we're going to have a little break. Chapter 5 is called Do Something. We're going to have a quick look at the training room. There we are. And somebody is doing something interesting here. I think that might be Rory's dragon. I forget his name. Vulcan? The training room was one big open space. Shields and long poles hung from the walls. Buckets held water and sand, and at one end of the room was a round target. Straw stuffing poked out from the sides. Griffith pointed at the target. Sparks flew from his finger, and a red bullseye showed up on the target. "It's time for target practice," the wizard said. "Me first," Rory called out. "Vulcan, come." The red dragon stomped forward. "Vulcan, fire," Rory yelled. The dragon's orange eyes glowed. Then 2 streams of fire shot from his nose. That would be cool, Drake. The streams twisted together and the fire hit the bullseye. "Perfect," Rory cheered. Then the straw burst into flames. Drake jumped back. "Good aim," said Griffith. "Bo, can you help put the fire out?" "Yes," said Bo. He looked at his dragon. "Shoo," he said simply. He didn't yell like Rory. Shoo swiftly crossed the room. Did her feet even touch the ground? Wondered Drake. "Water, please, Shoo," Bo said. A stream of water sprayed out of the blue dragon's mouth. Whoosh. The fire sizzled. Water droplets danced in the air, lit up by the torches. "Capri, rainbow time," Anna cried. Capri glided across the room. Drake thought her white scales looked like jewels. A soft beam of light came out of Capri's mouth, and it grew wider and wider, and when it hit the water droplets, it made a rainbow. "Wow," Drake said. "Isn't she amazing?" asked Bo. Anna smiled. Rory put her hands on her hips. "Now, let's see what Worm can do," she said. Drake felt nervous. He looked at Worm. Worm, are you ready?" Drake asked. Worm stared back at him. "I guess that means yes," thought Drake. "Okay, Worm, fire." Drake jumped back in case fire came out of Worm's mouth. But Worm just lay there. "Not all dragons can shoot fire," said Bo. Drake nodded. "Right, okay, Worm, water?" But Worm didn't shoot water. "Ha!" Rory laughed. "I knew it. Worm can't do anything." Drake's cheeks grew hot with anger. "He's just warming up," he said. "Come on, Worm, shoot light out of your mouth." Still nothing. "You call that a dragon?" Rory said. "Please, Worm," Drake whispered to his dragon. "Do something." Worm just blinked. "Do not worry, Drake. Getting to know your dragon takes time," Griffith said. "Target practice is over for today. Let's go eat." Bo grabbed Drake's elbow. "I hope you're hungry, Drake. The Dragon Masters get as much food as we want," said Bo. Drake was hungry, so this news made him feel a little better. Food usually makes me feel a little better too. But he'd failed at training. "How can I be a dragon master if my dragon won't do anything I ask it to?" he thought. "I'm only an onion farmer. I don't belong here." That's hard. Have you ever had to deal with that? Feeling like something's just too hard? Someone's asking you to do something you just can't do? What do you think? Are they going to send him away? Or is Worm going to start doing something? Who knows? We'll find out next time. So I'm going to end right there, but remember there's going to be another video right below this one. Bye for now.